Welcome back to the Hockey Shop, source for sports. We're down here in Goalie Utopia with Cam Matwiv. I'll give you two guesses what we're talking about today.
Skates.
That's one.
The fact that you're wearing the same sweater that you were wearing last week.
Not really where I was going with this. Pretty sure we're going to talk about helmets. I got nothing left to say. It's all up to you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are talking about the brand new NME ONE helmet from Bauer. Bit of a redesign, some older technology refeatured back into the helmet from before, which we'll touch on here in a little bit.
What's old is new.
Exactly, which was also found out to be just as good, if not better, than what they had before anyway. So we'll talk about that right now. So diving into the helmet a little bit more, we actually see their SAW technology, the shock absorbing wire. So this is back, they debuted this technology.
Sorry, what did you call it?
SAW, shock absorbing wire.
I like it. Okay. I mean, as opposed to when Cam plays, it's just the suck technology.
Suck technology. I just borrowed it from you. That's okay.
All right.
So this actually debuted on Bauer's concept helmets, their C1 and C2 helmets, way back when. I think we were talking about 2014, 2015, I think it was off the top of my head, that those helmets came out. So what the technology is that there's actually a gap in between where the cage is mounted and how far the actual mountings can go back in terms of their rubber absorption qualities. So when the helmet actually gets hit, the cage actually recedes back, has a little bit of play into it, where it mounts actually on the helmet itself.
So what you're telling me is they built in shock absorption into the cage again, which is something they had done before, and they've come back with it.
Yeah, well, they got to know what it is.
I'm not so sure I'd call that technology.
I believe it's technology.
It's a cushion.
Well, they've researched it and found out that that's the best way for impacts right off the head.
The research part is technology. The bottom line is it's good for your head. It's going to save you from blows. I would like to see how it works. Could you put that on?
No. You're wearing it for me. We'll test that out later. So we know the straps of the mask work. Okay. Into the shell of the mask. Advanced carbon layering. All that means basically is how they're actually laying the carbon itself. So carbon fiber mask, in terms of overall rigidity and protection, things that were addressed or really paid attention to were the chin.
It moves.
The cage, up and down, yes.
Okay, I got that now.
Chin has always been a hot topic point, especially in the NME series of masks. Been notorious for splitting, so we'll get a shot and we'll zoom in on the helmet a little bit more. We'll see that the chin's quite a bit thick.
You don't have to talk about that. You can just talk about the features and we do the zooming without you having
That's fine. It's just, calling it out to make sure. Right. Stay tuned to look at this special feature. Thicker chin, a little bit more rigidity, better durability. That's a big key points out of it. Moving on to the actual inner shell of the helmet itself, inner foam liner, we still see their pour-on return. This is their advanced cloud tech.
More cushioning.
Exactly.
This is what I call technology.
Your technology.
Just.
Pour-on makes its return. Great for impact reduction, vibration in terms of actually how you're getting hit and how that energy is being transferred in throughout your head. Overall, extremely comfy feel-wise, lightweight would be the biggest key highlight. So major difference between this and the Profile Series helmet is going to be the weight difference between the two. So again, we're focused a little bit more on the actual, the SAW technology and as well as the actual foam liner of the helmet in terms of for providing you your protection. Whereas again, those Profile Series helmets are a little bit thicker, a little bit more rigid. So that's where that protection is coming from. So that covers kind of like our basic differences.
Can I say that I love the chin cup and the fact that it's sort of set up with an elastic?
Yes, you sure can.
I like that.
It's good, right? Yeah, something that was actually debuted on the Profile Series this year, or last year, sorry. Again, just a little bit of a better feel, a little bit more absorption. Rather than having the straight nylon there, you get a little bit of a better feel.
Okay, so quick. I mean, obviously, we've seen some of the ventilation holes have changed. It looks like it's going to be real breathable and not overheat. Where does this fit? Like we're talking about shell construction. Where does the NME line fit in terms of safety, level of play, who it's for, sizing? We know that it's all about fit. I mean, there was a time when Bauer had, like the The famous 961 was like the go-to mask, but it didn't fit everyone. They've done a really nice job of adding sizing. Is that the case with the NME line as well?
So you still have fit 1, 2, and 3 with this. This is our high-end pro helmet. NME series only
Do they have
exists.
a 4 for you?
Oh, it just
5?
wouldn't fit.
6?
Maybe a 7.
Yeah.
So high-end mask, only at the top end. There's no derivative series of this. Profile remains with Profile 960, 950, 940, and the 930. Only the NME one at that top end price point, again with all of our different fits. A couple things that have been amalgamated, only one cage line now. Profile cages fit this mask. There's no such thing as just an NME cage anymore, which is great. So one line of cages, no confusion. Overall, in terms of fitment wise, it does help to fill some of the gaps that might come up in terms of the profile fitting. So it's like you kind of fit the medium, you kind of don't. You need a little bit of a larger fit. You might fit the medium in this a little bit better. Same thing with the large. There is a little bit more space inside the helmet in terms of fitment, so we can look into that as well.
But this is a mask that our high-end testers that are playing junior and minor pro can be comfortable this summer taking out on the ice against some of the best shots in the world.
That's exactly what it's for.
Right. So it's, in other words, it's a mask that's a little too much mask for you.
Not enough.
Yeah. Doesn't fit him. It's not big enough, but it's too much mask for the level he plays. That's just all I'm saying. Some of us actually need this mask, Cam.
So hopefully next week we'll see Kevin in a new sweater that doesn't have a tzatziki stain on it. He might also shower.
I washed, relax. Okay, last question, folks. Make sure you give them a call if you have questions, because there are, as Cam mentioned, a lot of variations or a lot of sort of different spots along the 2 different families of goalie masks from Bauer. If you've got questions about where this fit, how it fits, how the different fits fit, there's a lot of fit here. Make sure you give Cam or his crew, and there's a bunch of them, and they're all goalie geeks like Cam. Some of them are actually smart. Give them a call where to get a hold of them.
604-589-8299, or if the 1-800 number fits you better, 1-800-567-7790. Don't worry, we're number 1, NME ONE.
Wow. Segue.